शांति
Om Shanti.
मनुष्य जीवन में
In human life,
संकल्प और समय का बहुत महत्व है।
there's a lot of value for thoughts and
सब
time.
इसके महत्व के बारे में तो पहले भी जानते थे।
We did know about the value of time
कहते थे
before.
कि टाइम इज
People used to
मनी,
always say,
टाइम इज
time
वेरी
is
वैल्यूएबल।
money, time is very valuable.
लेकिन अब पता चला है कि
And
संकल्प का भी
now we
बहुत
know
महत्व है,
how much even thoughts
क्योंकि
are
सबसे
valuable.
पहले
Because
जैसा संकल्प
first and
है,
foremost, as is my thought,
संपूर्ण संकल्प है,
whether it's
श्रेष्ठ
complete,
संकल्प है,
perfect, elevated,
उच्च संकल्प है।
highest,
इस प्रकार के संकल्पों से
based on
खुद
the
को
type of thought,
हम सुखी रख सकते हैं,
we can keep ourselves very happy.
अर्थात
That is,
दुखों से दूर।
we can keep
यानी
ourselves
अगर संकल्प में
beyond sorrow.
दुख की बात नहीं आए स्मृति में, तो
If
दुख
there
नहीं
is
होगा।
no thoughts of sorrow in the mind,
वर्तमान समय
in
में
our consciousness, then we will
बहुत
not feel
घटनाएं
sorrow.
होती हैं,
At the current time, there are a lot of
शरीर की
scenes
बीमारियों की बहुत
of
बातें
sorrow.
सुनते हैं,
We get to hear a lot of things
परंतु
about physical
उसको
ailments.
संकल्प में अगर हम ले लेते हैं
But if I
तो
take
बहुत
it
दुख होता है।
in at the level of thought,
दुनिया में
then we
कई
experience
हिंसा हुआ है,
sorrow. Many
आपस
things
में
happen in the world out there because
हर
of
प्रकार से
jealousy and other
एक दूसरे
things.
को नुकसान पहुंचा रहे हैं,
They try to hurt each other.
तो उसका दुख लें अगर हम,
And if we take the sorrow
दुखी
from that,
दुनिया है तो दुख ही
it is
लेते
the
रहेंगे।
world of sorrow, then we'll just keep taking
परंतु हम
sorrow.
दुख न लें,
But let's not
बल्कि
take
हमको
sorrow.
ये कार्य दिया है
And Baba has given us the task.
कि आप अपने संकल्पों से सेवा भी कर सकते
At
हैं,
this time, you can serve through your thoughts.
अपने शांत संकल्प से
From peaceful thoughts
शांति का प्रभाव फैला सकते हैं,
to
वाइब्रेशन
impact, to
सुख
spread
है
those vibrations of
या
peace,
जीवन की अगर
happiness.
संतुष्टि है,
If there is contentment in
तो
life,
अपने
those
श्रेष्ठ
vibrations
संकल्प और गुणों
from
को
our elevated thoughts and virtues,
वाइब्रेशन से
we'll have to create those
सारी
vibrations and
प्रकृति
share,
जुड़ सकती है।
and we can serve the
जैसे ठंडी
entire
हवा
world
है
from that.
तो आप
For
ठंडी
example, when there is a lot of heat, what will we do?
एसी
We'll
नहीं
turn on
चलता
the
है,
air, we'll turn on the
तो
fan.
वैसे ही संकल्प परिवर्तन,
Similarly, when I transform the thoughts,
अगर कभी ऐसा होता भी है
even if it does
तो वो
happen,
इसमें कंट्रोल या मन को दमन करने की बात नहीं
it
है,
is
मन
not
को
about
संयमित
controlling the
करने की
mind
बात है।
or suppressing the mind. Oh, I shouldn't
थोड़ी
even be thinking
स्वच्छता
of
लेते
that.
हैं,
It's natural to
आप कहीं
think.
बैठे हैं, आपको उठना है,
You're
काम
sitting
करना है,
somewhere
संकल्प
and
आएगा
you
कि
want to
मुझे
get
उठना
up.
है,
Even that is a thought that I
बिना
need to get
संकल्प
up
के
is a
तो आप
thought.
बैठे ही रहेंगे।
Without the
संकल्प
thought,
से
I
ही
would
सब
just be
क्रिया
sitting.
होती है ना,
It is through thought that every act is happening.
संकल्प से सारी जीवन के कार्य चलते ही हैं।
All
तो
things
इसलिए
happen based on
परिपूर्ण
thoughts. Therefore,
संयम हो,
we should have
मन को
total
दमन न करें,
control.
स्वस्थ मन
Don't
वापस
suppress your mind,
परिपक्व होके
but make your mind
तो
beautiful and
क्षण भर में जो
elevated.
परिवर्तन कर देंगे ना संकल्प को,
In 1 second, you have to transform the thought.
समय व्यर्थ नहीं जाएगा।
And from that, you won't be
जब
wasting
मुझे
time.
मालूम है कि ये संकल्प मुझे
And you
परेशान
know
कर रहा है,
that
दुख
this
दे रहा
thought
है,
is troubling me, it's
इस
causing me
संकल्प से मुझे
sorrow.
असंतुष्टि हो
This
जाती है,
thought is creating
जब
disheartenment in
मालूम है
me.
तो अगर हम एक ही संकल्प
And when
को
I know
पकड़ लें,
that, when that
चाहे
particular
दो तीन
thought
आए, आप
comes,
अगर
okay,
दस
it
को
might be
पकड़ लें
one or it might be a couple of
तो भी
thoughts,
कर सकते हैं ना उसको।
transform it. You can at least do this
बाबा जी
much,
स्वराज
can't you?
आज़ादी की बात कर रहे हैं, उसमें
Baba is
सबसे
talking
पहले
about
तो
being a
अपने
self-sovereign, and
संकल्प को,
and in that, first and foremost
इतना
is our
सहयोगी
thoughts.
संकल्प का।
The thoughts should be so
कुछ भी बात
cooperative
सुनो
that
बाबा जी की,
whatever incident you hear, whatever
थोड़ी सी
word you hear,
चिंता की
whatever
बात
talk,
ठीक
it
करना
might
है
be a scene or a
तो
situation of worry
उसको
or which is
फुल
upset.
स्टॉप लगा दो।
And as soon as you listen, put a full stop.
फिर फुल स्टॉप के बाद जो कुछ
And
करना
after
है
that, whatever you have to do,
उसका सॉल्यूशन निकालो। लेकिन अगर आप बात सुन
find
के
out the solution
सोचते
for
रहेंगे,
that.
सोचते ही रहेंगे, तो उस बात
But
का
after listening to that, if you keep thinking again and again,
चाहे वो अपना
that there will be an impact, influence of that, isn't it? It is not your problem, it is someone else's problem, but it does have an impact or an influence on the mind. And Baba says, don't waste your time. To that level, there should be the transformation within us. And that's why Baba says, in 1 second, practice different forms. So if we give a little attention, and if you have a stock of elevated treasures, because it will not happen just with a full stop. I need to have a treasure of elevated thoughts with me. And that is what Baba was sharing this morning in the Murli. And he was sharing. That's why he shares in in the Murli. This is the treasure of knowledge. Churn on it. And when you listen to the Murli in the morning, pick one or two things for the entire day. And as soon as there is an influence of the waste thought, change the thought. And the peaceless mind will get a peaceful mind. A sorrowful mind gets converted into a happy mind. This is the power of transformation. And this transformation, nature will become natural because of the habit. We eat food. And some people, when the food is cold, they will just they'll eat it. And some people want it hot. And when you know, and they'll heat it up and eat. It's not a big deal. They'll heat up the food and eat. So it's the basis of thoughts. Based on that, every act is happening. It's a treasure of thoughts. So don't, and the Baba says, don't waste it. And that is the means as well to make us peaceful, happy, and content. And it is through these thoughts that we can make our spiritual endeavors. And that Baba calls it as Man Manabhav. So, first, I need to accumulate the treasure of the thoughts. And secondly, a very good method is I use that a lot. As soon as uh, as soon as a thought which is very heavy emerges, at the same time, take the thought towards Baba. One is to transform the thought, and second, in remembrance, to transform the thought. And you know, it's just a thought. And you know, what is my eternal form? I am a peaceful being, loveful being. I am child of God. Take one or of two thoughts of such thoughts and take your thoughts towards Baba. And when the habit becomes so natural to an extent that the connection happens, and through connection, we get light and might. Wherever we are today, we all have electricity. You don't have to connect these wires every day, do we? What do we have to do? The, the wires are already connected. All we have to do, we just need to turn on the switch. And Baba says this is the switch of awareness, and it doesn't even take a second to turn it on. In the same way, our mind, we know that we have a connection with our with with Baba, with our Father. It's eternal, and we also have love. The connection is there. But when we turn on the switch of awareness, whatever virtue, whatever power we need, we'll start experiencing that. At the current time, this is the effort that's needed. One is to realize and understand the value of our thoughts. Don't let it waste. Third, transform it. Where there is attainments for the self, because of thoughts, there will be attainments for the self, first and foremost. I am a peaceful being. I need to give vibrations to others. So, but I need to experience that first. Whatever attainment does, it first comes to the self first. And Baba says, this is a very huge treasure and use it towards the self and towards service. So, if we give a little attention and if we practice it, you will like it a lot. Me, whenever I listen to something, I listen, put a full stop, I go to Baba. And as soon as I remember Baba, I remember Baba's elevated versions. Baba says, child, it will be okay. It will be good. Everything will be good. These are elevated versions of Baba which echoes inside. Because in just that word Baba, all his teachings are merged. And as soon as those teachings come in front of us, power comes along with it. And that's why it's the discipline that as soon as we get up in the morning for Amrit Vela, there's so much speciality of Amrit Vela because there's no kind of vibrations at that time. Because at that time, here we can't see outside, but if it's the open sky, even the atmosphere feels so open. You can call it silence or peace. At that time, how much ever we can go take our mind and intellect beyond in the remembrance of Baba, we'll get directions from Baba for everything, inspirations from Baba we will get. Amrit Vela is the time you have different kinds, beautiful experiences, because after that we become karma yogis. And when we are karma yogi, we do get good thoughts, but the experience of Amrit Vela, based on that, it, be- it becomes very clear for the entire day what I need to do. When I get up at Amrit Vela, I feel the sky is wide open. Everything is clear. Even the atmosphere is clean. And in that clean atmosphere, I do experience peace and silence. But along with that, through Baba, for my own life, for the godly family, for world, I get a lot of beautiful thoughts what I need to do now. In the gathering together, what we need to do now. Okay, let's have a meeting, discussion, let's plan. But the thoughts that come at Amrit Vela, they are very practical and elevated. After that, we listen to the Murli, study the Murli. But I have seen two things. As much as it's important to read the Murli, to the same extent, it's important to listen to the Murli. It is important and necessary to read the Murli, but it's also important to listen to the Murli. And if it is possible in the day, little by little, revise the Murli 2 to 3 times because it is the treasure of elevated thoughts, knowledge. And if that is not there, and when I need to replace it, so in the house, one who is sensible, they will keep something extra, even the batteries, they'll keep extra. In the same way, the inner treasure should be full. And then instantly I can replace it, I can transform it. I need to become smart in this. We all need to become smart in this. Baba, my not even one thought goes for a waste. I can serve anyone. I can use it. I can use it for service. I can use it for spiritual endeavors. And by doing this again and again,
संपूर्ण बनाने की लगन
the intoxication for doing service and to make the self complete and perfect will be there, because now there is no guarantee of time, because at any age anything can happen. So we'll need to understand the value of time and our thoughts, and we need to enhance the quality of our effort and also the speed of our efforts. We need to do, Baba is to say, double foreigners are double effort makers, intense effort makers. So let's, if everybody keeps this aim, so why, whatever Baba shares, we will be able to see it in practical very soon. Om Shanti.